Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Watcher of Realms video. Guys, we've got an exciting event coming up next week. In fact, get yourself in the mix already. You can add this to your calendar. The pre-registration is out there to get yourself a few goodies. But damn, this is the one that everybody's been waiting for. So now and then within Watcher of Realms, you get to do these kind of like, I guess it's the equivalent of a fragment collector for epic lords. And the lord that is coming up next is actually going to be Pyro. Where did I just see it? Hold on. Game, let me back in. Let me back in. So I've seen it here. Shard summoning event. Collect enough shards to summon the designated heroes. And we've got Pyros, or Pyro. So firstly, he's a crazy mage. Okay, he's got this ability of focus fire, which I think is only him and a couple of others that have got this ability. So we've got here, consumed by spirits. Pyro is an erratic leader of the infernal blast, marks targets for destruction. His talent here, Pyro increases its attack speed by 50 per attack for 5 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. Let's just go through his kit. 100% damage to an enemy. He's got his ultimate here, which is extremely cheap at 600. When activated, increases damage by 60% for 15 seconds. That goes up to... Does that go up to 100%? I think it might go up to 160 booked. And marks one target. Does that change as well? I don't think so. In range with the highest HP at the moment to make it a prioritized target while dealing 30% damage per second. So you can see you get increases in damage per second as well. Basically, as you book him out, he gets stronger. But what's happening here is everybody's prioritizing one target to nuke them down, and they get a damage increase whilst that is going on. The mark lasts for 7 seconds and explodes at the end of its duration, doing a massive like AoE hit. While the hero is deployed as a lord, gain focus fire effect. So faction ally, so other people within this lordship, except healers, join forces to channel energy to the lord for a powerful strike, regardless of their location. So doesn't matter where they are on the map, they're going to be focused in with this dude. The damage of this strike increases based on the number of participating heroes, up to 700%. So if you absolutely want to nuke something down, this dude, if you're in his faction, is absolutely brilliant. He's also got this ability here, which is similar to, guess what Mary does, or what Valyria does. Valyria. So you've got this ability to increase the amount of damage, or I guess reduce the resistances of enemies. So it does it for both physical damage and magic damage. So it inflicts this kind of vulnerability on targets marked with destruction command and deals 150% additional AoE damage. This goes up from 10% to 20% by the looks of it, which is absolutely brilliant. So let's have a quick look at this faction, because honestly, this is why this starts to become quite juicy. Because others in the faction, let me get to my gallery. Others in the faction are pretty damn sweet. So we've got the Infernal Blast here, which is where he sits. Now, I know that some people, if you've got some of the other lords, I've not even seen this dude to be fair. Sultadans. I've not heard of this one, but I have heard of Twin Fiend, who is used a lot in very high-end like guild boss fights and basically used for the same effect, right? So it's that focus fire ability. So if you've got, I mean, I've got a couple of good ones here. I've got Nocturne and Setram, who already do obscene damage, but that's going to be a brilliant lord for me to pick up. Dolores, basically the best epic in the game. Hex, a lot of people would have picked up with the Hex event that happened. I did a showcase of Azoth. This guy is actually insane as well. He's a really, really great hero. So he would only do, obviously, extra damage. So yeah, some pretty juicy stuff. I actually think this, not that this is going to help with damage, but this is quite a good tank as well, Titus. But Zilla 2 as well. I mean, Zilla 2 is one of the most sought after clan boss or guild boss champions in the game. I actually made a mistake when I was talking about Calypso, thinking it was Zilla 2 for the recent 10 times event. But she's got this ability here. So deals 100% damage to one enemy, including airborne units. Block targets take 20% more damage from your whole team. From your whole team. So if you put her straight in front of the clan boss, she has to be literally like butted up against the clan boss, then or the guild boss, then your whole team will just straight do 20% more damage. So she becomes a really, really cool champion or hero in this faction as well. So this is like a must grind champion. This is a must grind event where you can get yourself a Pyro who, honestly, for anyone who's looking to play this game seriously or long term or whatever, then he is like a must pick up for your account. The other thing I'm just going to touch on here, because we're in the mix of it right now, is Guild Wars 2.0 is starting up, so you can start to re-garrison your heroes and that type of stuff for the phase. It's much shorter now, so you've got like a 2-day prep phase, a couple of days battle phase, and then a weekly kind of like conclusion. I prefer it like this, so once a week we're going to have a Guild War. I have been like just trying to get my soldiers up. My soldiers are weak. And I did mention that from the guild shop, you can now pick up fragments for some of these epics. But you can see when you upgrade someone or upgrade one of these heroes, you get a huge amount more stats. Like the upgrades are massive in terms of additional stat boostage, but they go up each time. So I think it was 20 then, now it's 40. Obviously, it's much harder to upgrade beyond the first couple of levels. I thought the guild shop was going to be good for this. I didn't realize there were going to be quite as many fragments needed to upgrade. And the trouble is, if you're buying like a couple of fragments at a time, you just saw there, to go from level 2 to 3 is 40 fragments. I guess it's not the worst thing. If you just kind of overrun with resources, and it's not the worst thing, I still buy my gold bonus from here. Outside of that, I don't know. I've never had enough. Maybe we should be buying some of these artifacts or whatever. But outside of that, you probably would want to try and focus in on a guild boss hero or guild boss units, but they are pricey, honestly. So maybe it's not worth it. Maybe you still just buy your shards up to you guys. They do talk about it though in the news post that came out today. So basically what's going on here, things have changed a little bit since we did the first round. So garrison team build, ranged demon soldiers present a threat that necessitates focus on healing. Yeah. That's no different. The presence of varied demon soldiers, including flying and shield bearing ones, means that you need to kind of have a good balance of damage. They talked about here in the defensive area. So in the central keep, you basically want some of the heroes with better range, like Setram and Ajax and Idril. And then in the towered garrisoned areas, you want a kind of, I guess, a better blend of heroes and perhaps those that have got more of a linear attack range, which is quite interesting. They also talk about the fact that you can now drop your demon soldiers in unison rather than like a timed event that's going to happen. You get to be a bit more strategic with what you're going to do. I'm interested to see how this plays out. It might be that we get a lot more what you'd class as like tank followed by zoos. So you kind of like drop a big tanky unit and then you literally just throw as many multi-unit troops as you can to try and just like overwhelm what's defending. So I think we might end up seeing a bit of a swing in how people try and defend their bases. But I'm keen for it anyway. The Guild War stuff I thought was quite fun first time round, and looks like it made some good changes to it as well. So let me know what you think down below. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you soon.